Hi guys, welcome back to my channel or to our channel because it is all of us. How are you guys doing today? Having to juggle motherhood, career, being a wife, present on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, plus YouTube is a lot of work. I'm not even going to lie, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. And guess what? One of my video on Instagram is currently 1.3 million. Trust me, I shared testimony in church last week Sunday. Because sincerely, this is a miracle. Like I was going to work that very day and the idea just came to my head and immediately I just picked up my camera. Bless you, baby. My baby is here. I just picked up my camera and I quickly did the video. And then when I got to work, I think around my break time, I uploaded the video and then it started to blow up. Before you know it, 100K. Before you know it, 300K, 500K, 750, 1 million, 1.2, 1.3. Like, good. No. That is the first video of the first video of mine that I feel went viral was actually 76K. Now having a video that is currently 1.3 million. 1.3 million people viewed the video. It is something I'm yet to get over. I don't know if I'm going to get over it very soon or anytime soon, but permit me to bask in the glory of God. How you guys doing? So this video is actually long overdue. It's long overdue because I was supposed to do this video. I documented it that I was going to do it when we clock 1 year in the UK, and we are nearly 2 years now. But I still want to do it regardless so that anyone who is coming to the UK and come across my video could definitely pick one or two things ahead of your arrival. And even if you're already in the UK, I believe there are still some things that you will get to learn. So take this as my life lessons or lessons that I have learned living in the UK in the last, let's say 1 year, but really it's almost 2 years. So let's just cap it as 1 year. So I'm holding my iPad because I documented the number of things and I really do not want to forget them. So this video is going to be divided into 3 parts. Yeah, 3 parts. The lessons I learned living in the UK generally, and number two, the lessons I learned living in the UK, living as a couple in the UK. So I would say life lessons, marriage lessons, and career lessons, basically. It's not something deep, but if I'm going to say all of these three in one video, then it's going to be very long. So I'm just going to like break it into three so that we don't like boggle everything together, if you get what I mean. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, this is the part where you click the subscribe button and join the family. Yeah. So the first thing first, life lessons living in the UK generally. Number one, let me not say number one, but let me start from the fact that relocating to a new country is a huge decision. I'm checking my mic because I don't want this thing to film me. So that I don't go ahead filming a whole video and then at the end of the day there's no sound. It has happened to me before. All right, so I said relocating to a new country is actually a very big decision, a very big one. And I'm not even going to lie to you. When we first arrived, it was very tough. Like, tough in the sense that the emotional cost of relocating, people don't talk about it enough. I first spent like 3 4 months thinking about the people I'm not going to see in the next 1 year. And trust me, before I left Nigeria, I'm like, no, every 6 months I'm going to come back, I'm going to visit, yada yada yada. I'm very sure UK was looking at me like, confess, confess. Sincerely, that was the way it was. Like the first 3 months was very, very tough. I could remember telling my husband, like, let's just go back. Let's just go back. The weather was all over the place. The like now normal. If you're moving into a place, the first 3 months you really don't know much people. I feel like I was always just on my own. Luckily for my husband, he got a job immediately we got to the UK. So it was easy for him to like he goes out, comes back. But for me, I was applying, but the jobs I was getting were not favorable because of childcare. Hey, childcare is one thing that they don't tell you. I'm going to tell you now. Whether Sisi Yemi posted something on her page a couple of days ago around one if you're a parent and you've got kids, one person has to be flexible and all of that. The two of you cannot not be flexible. You see, let that one work in Nigeria. When you come to the UK, you will know that one person has to be flexible while the other one might not necessarily be flexible. But in the real sense of it, the both of you really have to kind of like be flexible, but at least one person has to really, really be flexible. And considering my husband's kind of job, he does not, he should not worry. You just continue. I choose to be the flexible one. The applications I was making, the interviews I was getting, none of it was quite favorable. And because of the field that I am, business development, it is difficult to find a job that is fully remote, especially in the UK. UK does not have the culture of working fully remote. Like, even for my husband, who is a software engineer, he has had to, like, in all of his application, I'm not sure he has ever come across a job that is like two jobs that is like fully remote. You will either come to the office once a week or once a month. You shall have to appear in the office. But for me, the ones I was getting were like 3 days. The maximum, the best that I got was 3 days in the office. I'm like, no, my husband already does 3 days in the office at the time, so there was no way I could do that. So I was just there, just open and believing and trusting. So it was really boring staying at home all by myself. I felt like I wasn't making the best of my time. I was so bored. I haven't really met people, even the ones that I felt like, oh, once don't worry, when I get to the UK, we're going to see. See. You might not really understand what I'm talking about until you visit. And sincerely, I want you to come to the UK so that you see for yourself. So number one, like understand that relocation is not beans. Like when you're leaving Nigeria, all your hopes are high, the dreams are there, the vision, oh, this is what I'm going to do, yada yada yada. But you must learn to give grace to yourself, especially when you first land. Give grace to yourself. That is one thing that stood out for me. Like my husband kept encouraging me, just focus on what you're doing. At that time, I was focused on writing my third book, Wedding Vows and Baby Bump, Your Pregnancy Guide as a Newlywed. I was busy writing my book at the time. Another one, I was also busy shooting content. I was uploading on YouTube back to back. Now that I'm working, it's just so difficult to say I want to like sit down, do content almost every day. But before I was shooting content almost every day, I was able to back shoot as much as I can, you know, yeah, seasons are changing. But yeah, you just must learn to give grace to yourself. That's the first thing. Another lesson that I learned, hey, punctuality in the UK. When they say eight is eight, your eight must be eight. I remember when I was going for antenatal appointment for Jezreel. If I'm going to be 3 minutes late, I better pick up my phone now and call them straight up, or else your appointment is cancelled. Your appointment is cancelled, and they'll most likely will book you for the next 2 months or 3 months, depending on your situation. I kid you not. When it comes to time, oh God, UK is very, very big on time. Very, very big on time. There's nothing like African time. Of course, we are not in Africa. So that punctuality is very, very important. If you have an interview and the interview is for 8, you better be there 5 minutes before, because 5 minutes after you are not there or 7 minutes after you are not there, that's the end. You will have to reschedule. And the point of rescheduling is the fact that you might have to wait another 3 weeks, another 1 month, depending on the situation. So I learned that punctuality. Like if I'm going to be late for 3 minutes for my appointment, I better give a call, calling them straight. Oh, I'm going to be late for the next 3 minutes. Yada yada yada. I'm already on my way, but the traffic is this. But in 3 minutes I should be there, which means I'll be 2 minutes late. Just phone them ahead of time, no matter how little or how much you're going to be late. That is one thing. And then concerning punctuality, when it comes to train, when it comes to buses, when it comes to flight, when it comes to appointments, everything, it must be on time. Let me not spend too much time on that. Another thing that I learned in this UK is weather can determine your mood. You think money is enough to determine your mood. No, UK weather can determine your mood. There are some weather that can even make you go into depression. Yes, sincerely. They are so, especially if you now live in Manchester, it can be sunny next minute and the next minute it is raining. You'll just be surprised, be wondering. And then there are times that it will just be so dull, different weather with different energy. Now it is summer, everywhere is bubbling. Autumn will come now, and everywhere will be like this. Spring will come now. Oh, everybody will wake up again. Oh, winter will come now. Hey, it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy that you have to like be intentional about your mood. You have to be intentional about how you want your day to look like, or else the weather is going to determine how your day is going to look like, which has the tendency of affecting your marriage, affecting the way you relate with your partner because of the weather and the mood and everything. So yeah, that is one thing that is also very, very important. Another thing, this one is very, very important. Living alone can be depressing here in the UK. Like if you're coming to the UK and you are not married, I would even advise that you don't live alone. If it's possible that you get like a shared apartment with a friend, somebody that you can wake up and say hello, good morning. Because if you're not careful, you're not going to say hello, good morning until you probably get to your bus stop and you want to enter your bus, and then you're telling the bus driver good morning. Because you might not even know your next neighbor. Imagine living all alone. You come back in the evening, you are tired, you don't even have anybody to share your day with. It can be really, really depressing. Like that is what I was going to do if I was not married. Like I was going to get a shared apartment. If I wasn't married, coming to a country like this, I'm definitely sharing an apartment with somebody, because people would die in their homes and nobody would know. I'm telling you, like it is that depressing. It could really be that bad because there is really not much interpersonal relationship outside of business, outside of work, outside of school, outside of, there is really nothing. So you have to be intentional about building relationship. If it's possible for you to get a shared apartment with somebody you can trust, so that at least you get to, share something with somebody, not just the bus driver or your colleague at work that probably don't even have your number or who don't even check on you if you're not at work. And then you're just starting out. Definitely nobody is just going to jump on you and start building relationship with you when you first come. So it might actually take a bit of time as well. So you might want to look into that. Surround yourself with people. And talking about being alone, I think one of the strong things that really helped us was actually finding a church. Oh God. Love for Square Church Manchester has really been a big blessing, a big part of our story here in the UK, because we found a community, fellowship where there is love, the prayer, the word, the sound, the community, the love is massive. It really helped us to settle in. We got to learn a number of things early enough, and we didn't get to make a lot of mistakes because of the kind of relationship that we have, courtesy the church that we found. So if you live in Manchester, I recommend Love Square Church to you. If anywhere you live, ensure you find a believing church. It will really help you to settle in. It will help you not to do life alone. That is one. Another point that is also very, very important, finances in Nigeria is different from finances in the UK. I have to learn that one too. you know, I remember in Nigeria, anytime I collect my salary, my husband will be like, "Oh, it's okay. Just do whatever it is you want to do with your salary." Like my salary is usually my salary because my husband just like tries to cover everything. So what I do instead is also taking some amount of money to like do what I can do in the house while I put the rest in savings. But here in the UK, it's not going to be like that. Because you've got bills smiling at you left, right, and center. Like everywhere you turn, bills, 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 bills. You can't say that, oh, the way I've been doing it in Nigeria is the way I'm going to continue. For where a lot of things is going to change in your finances once you move abroad, especially in the UK. You've got council tax to pay, you've got house rent to pay, you've got water bill, you've got light bill, you've got Wi-Fi bill, you've got internet bill, you've got phone bill, you've got insurance, you've got car. If you take your car on what's it called? You've got that one to pay. You've got enough. If I should list it down for you, maybe about 14 or 15 direct debits to pay. Tell me why you will not be more prudent with your finances. Tell me why, if you are not using Excel in Nigeria, in this place, nobody will teach you because everything has to be well documented. You have to know where what is going, and you cannot afford to miss a direct debit. My husband, me that I can be very careless when it comes to things like that. My husband will always hammer it in my ear. You cannot afford to miss a direct debit because it's going to tell on your credit score, which is something that you also have to pay close attention to. So many lessons that I've learned. So number one, you cannot afford to not, if you're married. I'm supposed to say this more when I'm talking about the married part, but this is also very important. You can't afford to not share your bills. You can't afford to not plan. You can't afford to not be prudent. Like there are some things you don't have business touching when you first land in the UK. I understand, oh, you used to live like this in Nigeria, you had a car in Nigeria, you even had a driver in Nigeria, this and that. Getting abroad, the life is different. You have to really calm down, settle in, prioritize the things that are very, very important and the one that is not. If you're coming from Nigeria and your phone is good, you don't have any business going to collect a new phone, the latest iPhone because, oh, the credit system is good. The credit system is very good, but it can also be a trap. If you don't need it, don't get it. It is very, very important because at the end of the day, it's going to put you on so much pressure, and you know what pressure can lead to. I'm not going to say more than that, but let's evil as here. Another thing that you also have to know living abroad is the importance of community. I've mentioned that earlier, I'm still going to say it again. Community is very, very important. Another important thing that is going to serve like a bonus is it is very essential that you delay creativity. Hmm. This part is quite crucial because we had to do the same as a couple. We had to do the same. Like we could have, used our international license to, get a car when we landed. My husband was earning very well, but we had to like follow the orderly arrangement of things. Not that we couldn't believe God for that, not that, but number one, we felt like it wasn't a priority because my husband's place of work and where we were living at the time was just 25 minutes walk. So he didn't need a car to go to work. Number two, I wasn't going anywhere. I was at home. So we sure didn't need a car. Number three, the only place we go to is church. And we can always take Uber to church. So for the first about about 10 months of us getting to the UK, we didn't get a car. Number one, because my husband wanted to get his UK license, which he did to the glory of God. And number two, we felt like we didn't need it at the time, which was one of the things that saved us. It really, really saved us. So you might just want to try as much as possible to delay some gratifications. Like up until like a month ago, I didn't change my phone. And the reason why I even changed from my iPhone 11, I've been using my iPhone 11 for nearly 3 years now. The reason why I had to change it last month or last 2 months was because the speaker was no longer working. And when I call people, they can't hear me. After about 3, 4 months, I just had to like just make up my mind and buy a new phone. There are just some things that you feel, oh, if you don't need it, you might just, if you feel you can still manage and focus on other things, good, because the bills will keep increasing. They will tell you, oh, buy this sofa chair and then start paying in 3 years time. It is a scam. It can really like bring down your finances, and in the other way cause you to go into depression. You are worried, you're not settled, and the UK is already a trouble. You can't afford not to be settled. You can't really afford, because even when you are settled, you are not fully settled. How much more when you are now troubled? So it's just important that you just let all of this go. Another thing that I noticed or that I learned, when it comes to when you're meeting people, like you're driving or you're entering bus, like the bus driver that just drove you, you say thank you. Like the courtesy is amazing. Like the courtesy is really, really amazing. Oh hi, oh love you, I love, I sweetheart, I love everything, love, love, love. The thing was looking at me like, it's only my husband that is my love. Oh." But now I've learned, anybody like this is, oh hi love, I love you, okay love, you okay love. I love the courtesy, and I think it's something that every one of us should actually embrace. It's really, really good. So yeah, that is it on the lessons I've learned living in the UK generally. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know in the comment section. You can also add to it if you live in the UK and you feel you've also learned something that you feel people can also benefit from. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.